Like many West Texas towns, Canyon is a tight-knit community that takes care of its own. Today, for example, Happy State Bank accepts donations to benefit Tex Randall.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning.
A local cowboy who's fallen on hard times. Under the weather perfectly describes Tex Randall's condition. For half a century, the 47-foot cowboy has withstood hail and high winds to smile upon Highway 60. He originally advertised a curio shop, then a tobacco store, and now Tex has been abandoned. His size 45 boots are scuffed and holey. A lonesome dove nests in his faded blue jeans. And the only thing standing between Tex and the wrecking ball is an internet fan club called SaveTexRandall.org. Tim Vella was Tex's 1,000th Facebook friend. Of all the people, the friends of Tex Randall, where are they from? Are they all from right here in Canyon?
Oh, no. No, they're from all over the United States. We've had people donate from, I think New York has been our furthest one, all the way down to Houston and right here in the Texas Panhandle. Facebook has been the number one driving force in our campaign. Our ultimate goal for Tex is to build a park. We want to have a place where, as you're driving up here, you can stop off, have a picnic, learn more about the Texas Panhandle, see what's around, Canyon, Texas, and then just enjoy Tex and his, all of his glory that he has.
It's a banner day for Canyon's tallest resident. SaveTexRandall.org has raised nearly $9,000 in a matter of months. That's a fraction of what they'll need for repairs, but the cause is building momentum. Tex has been all over the local news and will soon hit the radio with a jingle sung by local musician Ed Montana. We stopped by the recording studio for a preview.
Would you help us save Tex Randall? He stands tall in the panhandle. He's the biggest cowboy on the Texas plains. And no one can hold a candle to our cowboy, Tex Randall. With your help, we'll keep him home on the range. On the range, on the range, home on the range, home on the range. Keep him standing, always watching. He's the guardian of the plains. And no one can hold a candle to that cowboy, Tex Randall. He's the biggest cowboy on the Texas plains. With your help, we'll keep him home on the range.
By the summer of 2010, Save Tex Randall's Facebook group gathered more than 5,000 fans and, most importantly, got the attention of Danny Bird, the local restaurateur who owns Tex. Danny originally bought the statue as a sign for his diner, but failed to anticipate the cost of moving a 7-ton concrete cowpuncher.
So instead of spending no telling what for a big sign on a pole,
right,
you move a big cowboy up there. And
it turns out the big cowboy costs more than the sign. Had I been a little smarter, I might have done a little more investigation, but found out it was going to be a little cost prohibitive to move him, and not to mention we were afraid that we may end up damaging him, and we certainly didn't want to do that.
now, you own the Tex Randall statue.
Yes, sir.
But you do not own the land that he's standing on.
I do not.
That's a problem.
That is a problem. That's always been an issue with us. Initially, we thought we were going to be moving him.
It's an issue, all right. Kurt Brummett badly wants to sell the land beneath Tex. Turns out it's hard to unload your property when it's home to an aging roadside relic. Moving it to Danny's restaurant sounded like the perfect solution.
I honestly thought he could. It just seemed like that. It seemed like they get you a crane and a sling, lay him down. It don't work that way. This is a heavy son of a gun. And at as tall as he is, he's 47 foot of steel and concrete. And you'd have to have a special truck or trailer to get him. You'd have to have the permits and all of that.
For years, Danny and Kurt have been at a stalemate. Tearing Tex down would solve the problem, but would also erase 50 years of history and make the men villains in Canyon. With 5,000 Facebook fans watching their next move, Danny and Kurt had to stop Tex from riding off into the sunset.
So I'm glad you buying it.
I'm glad I'm getting it too.
All right, that'll work. So he's a, what do you call it, an icon? He's part of Canyon history, period, cut and dried. And there's a world of people don't want to see him tore down.
The statue is not going to get torn down. Tex Randall, the land has been purchased, and Tex Randall's going to stand.
The land?
The land has been purchased.
By?
At the moment by me.
You're buying it, but you don't want to own Tex Randall anymore.
I do not want to own Tex Randall.
What do you want to happen?
Tex Randall needs to be in the people's hands. It needs to be in a foundation. It needs to be in a government entity, whether it's the city, the county, the state, historical society. Somebody needs to own him that's going to be here forever and ever and have the ability to look after him and take care of him.
On June 29, 2010, Danny Bird donated Tex Randall and his roadside home to Canyon's Main Street organization. Along with SaveTexRandall.org, the group will raise funds to keep the concrete cowboy riding high. For another 50 years, Tex Randall will greet visitors with a smile and a message. Welcome to West Texas, where we take care of our own. Even ragged old trail hands headed for Boot Hill. Thanks for hopping in and traveling with us. Now click the subscribe button for more videos like the one you just saw.